Hey, Rob here for Quadratec.com. Today I have Glenn here with me from Smittybilt in the studio. Thanks for coming by today.
Hey, thank you for having us out here. It's always a pleasure to come and visit your facility.
No problem. So why don't you give our viewers a little background about who Smittybilt is, maybe what kind of products you guys make?
Oh, perfect intro. Well, Smittybilt's a company that's been around about 50 years, has a strong tradition of innovation. The 3-inch tube step or sidebar, which everyone sees on every truck, that was invented by Smittybilt some 30 years ago. Back in the 80s, remember all those Jeeps with the tube bumpers?
Yeah.
That was Smittybilt, first innovators of that. So we continue that tradition today. We're a company of enthusiasts, building products for enthusiasts. Got a great team of engineers that we're very proud of. We've won numerous awards at SEMA, global, and also the what I want to call the Big SEMA award for our bumpers designs, actually. Awesome. So again, Smittybilt, we produce about 1,200 different parts, ranging from SUVs to trucks and Jeeps, but Jeep is our bread and butter, and that's what we specialize in. We're out at the events, we understand what people want, and our ultimate goal is to build products for solutions for the off-roader.
Awesome. So you guys are no stranger to the Jeep market. You've had your hands in it for a long time.
Absolutely.
So you know what the guys are looking for, you know what they want on their Jeep. And speaking of, we've got one of the newest products sitting on the table right here.
Exactly. This is an evolution. The Generation 1 XRC and SRC has been around with the company for about 5 years, since the JK came out in 2007. This bumper here has evolved to all the features that people want, that we hear from shows, from events. When we go to Moab, when we do our trail runs, we see what's needed, and then we evolved it, and it all accumulated into this one bumper. A lot of exclusive features, a lot of features on this bumper that you will not find in any other manufacturers, and we're really proud of this bumper, and I think we bring a lot to the table. And I'd be more than happy to go through all the features on there, and I'm sure the viewers will be too.
What sets this apart from other bumpers, and say even the Generation 1 bumpers that we started out with?
All right, I'll go through the list. First and foremost, as you see my hand sticking through here, that port right there is for the OE fog light. We've realized a lot of the Jeep owners want to retain that feature because they already paid for it and they already have that item. So we made sure it was simple, plug and play. The factory fog light puts it right there. We also design it where it's close to the center, so you don't even have to extend the factory light cable. So it's truly a plug and play. So that's one of the features we add on there.
So one of the other things I noticed on the front of the bumper, you guys have these plates on here as well. What's the deal with these? Well,
you know, as I was mentioning earlier, of our heritage of innovation, we also have a heritage of race car drivers within our organization. So what we've discovered in the races that we participate in, a lot of the off-road buggies, they have what's called UHMW, which is a very high density polymer that they put on the buggies. What this allows you to have is, number one, a sacrificial panel that you can put onto the vehicle. It has a higher slip coefficient, or it's a slippier surface. So when you're rock crawling, so having that gouging sound from the rocks against the steel, now you have this intermediate surface, which takes that sacrifice, allows you to slip over the rocks a little easier. And the best part, as I mentioned probably multiple times, it is sacrificial. So as time goes on, it has given up its life. You just bolt on the new set on there, and you're ready to rock and roll, and you're always keeping your bumper looking fresh and clean.
That's awesome, yeah, because they go right across the front edge, leading edge here, and then they're down along the bottom edge too. So you've got a lot of protection on that bumper.
Anywhere where you go off-road and you may have potential of contacting the bumper, especially on an exit or entry slope, we wanted to make sure that it's protected, as you mentioned, down across the bottom. So we did this for the front, and we did this for the rear bumper as well.
Awesome.
Some of the other features that we added on here is, as you can see, as we know, a lot of the Jeep owners that are coming into the market are fairly new to the market, and they're getting just used to their Jeep and its capabilities. And one of the things that people do buy out there is a trail jack. And then we realized that a lot of bumpers don't give a safe way to jack the vehicle up. So we came out what we call the Max D-Ring. And then on the profile, you will see there's a triangular cut in there. And what that's for is for the trail jack to actually, the jaw goes in here. Now it's safely captivated in here, you know, from the lateral move and back and forth. So you have a safe place, and it's also in the best point. This is where we have the most structure on our bumper, because this is also behind this is where it mounts directly to the frame. So you have a really solid area to lift your vehicle up when you have to.
It's really important. People don't think that, I mean, you're already starting out on 33 or 35 inch tires. You've already got some height there, and then you get that trail jack up higher, and it gets pretty unstable. So having a secure point there is, it's very important.
Oh yeah, safety is paramount, and also I think it's just an added feature that it's a must-have, and all our bumpers will have this going forward.
Great.
Some of the other items we realized out there, there is a huge amount of different light manufacturers out there. So, we're all laughing about that because we know it's true. So what we came out with a Generation 2 light tab on here, a lot of real estate. The purpose of that, we have a lot of lateral and horizontal slotted holes, which allows you now to have different sizes of LED light bars, different lights, and also our light tab actually goes across the top and down to the bottom. So simultaneously, you can also have additional fog lights down here, below here. So you can run a light bar below here, HID lights up top, or vice versa. So we made sure that we kept the capability or the versatility pretty wide on that.
Right. Yeah, that's great. I mean, there's a lot of guys out there like to do some night wheeling and stuff, and even just like to light up some of the back roads, when you're out in the country somewhere. So it's really nice to have a lot of places that have already been thought out to mount lights. You're not drilling into your new bumper that you just got to stick lights all over the place.
Exactly. And everything is right there. No drilling required.
Speaking of drilling extra holes, you'd mentioned to me too, you guys have done something pretty cool with the winch plate here too as well.
Exactly. Well, that's a good no drilling. That's a good prelude to what I want to talk about next, which is the winch plate mount. Traditional, all winches bolt to the same bolt pattern, which is 4.5 by 10. But what I realized is Quadratec has a very nice winch out there. It's called your Comp Series. It's actually a short drum, high speed, low weight, can do all the work, but instead of 100 feet of line, you're at 50 feet of line. But what we realized is if anyone were to buy that, there's going to be some drilling required from other manufacturers. So we made sure that it was compatible. So we have the 4.5 by 6 inch bolt pattern. So any of your customers that buy that winch and buys this bumper can be assured it's going to be a plug and play, just bolt right in. It's already perfectly centered, and they're ready just to hit the trail right after that.
That's awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, it's a great looking bumper. You guys have a rear bumper that matches it as well.
Exactly.
And a whole other line of great products. So I want to thank you again for coming by today.
All righty. Thank you, Rob.
No problem. Of course, you can grab all these great Smittybilt products by clicking on the product images. And if this is your first time watching, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you'll always be the first to know about all the latest product news, how-to videos, reviews, and more.